Hello and welcome back to my Booktube channel. Today I am doing for you a review, another review. I think this is my second review. I don't know, check my channel. I don't keep up on these things. But my review today will be on the Abandon series by Meg Cabot. So I really like these books. I haven't read the final one yet. It is on my reading list. I'm currently in the midst of reading Heir of Fire, so I need to finish this before I can go on to this. Otherwise I'm just going to confuse my brain and I will never end up finishing this because you know how it is, people. You know how it is, book people. So I've read these two, size difference again, I will just note that. And I thought the last one would finally be the same size as this. No! It's just... Look! It should not happen. What? You see what I mean? See what I mean? So annoyed. So the first book in this series, I found really kind of slow and incoherent. I found reading through it when there were switches between flashbacks and the now, there was no distinctivity between the two, so I found it quite difficult to figure out where I was a lot of the time. It was more towards the end when she stopped having the flashbacks that I knew what was happening and I really began to enjoy it. It's not bad writing, they just need to have like a line, like that tiny line in the middle between the two bits so that I know where I am. Otherwise, I don't know. The story is about a girl called Pierce and a guy called John. And Pierce is a normal girl. She lives in Florida, I think. Was it Florida? It was Florida. Was it Florida? It probably is. I don't know. Even though I read the book. But she goes to Isla Huesos, which translates to, in Spanish, if any of you are Spanish, I've probably got this wrong, I don't know, the Island of Bones, or Island of Dead, or something along those lines. I don't speak Spanish. And Pierce died when she was 15. She died, and she went to the underworld and met John, and then she got back. I'm not going to tell you how, because that'll ruin it. And then it's all about how she then finds within the next few years how everything else happens and how difficult things become for her because of that visit to the other side. And her relationship with John, which is kind of like the turning point, which, you know, and then on the top of the book it says she knows what it's like to die, and then it says now death wants her back. And it's sort of like a lot about life and death and tradition and things like that, and I found it a really interesting book. But do be warned, you need to be careful when reading this because you don't always know when the flashbacks are, and I did find that a little difficult. I don't know whether it's this specific book, I've just picked up an odd book that's missed it out, who knows? Life. But I just found that difficult. Other than that, it was a good book, good story, good writing, just sometimes really confusing as to where you are in her storyline, as to whether she's having a flashback into like the past and that you know happened before so you can understand the whole story. So we move on to the second book, and I got through this one really quickly. It took me 2 days, maybe 3, I don't know. I really liked it. It's when you find like a book you really like and just go woo, and you read it, you know? And this one carries on from obviously the first book, that'd be weird. And it's sort of how she's gone with John and how everything's happened and how the balance of all these wonderful things between the underworld and the upper world, which is called Earth because we live on it, yeah, is happening. And yeah, no, it was really good and I really liked it. I got through very quickly, and I would have read this one but I didn't have it at the time, so I started Heir of Fire and then my mum ordered it on Amazon and I got it. Yeah! So I definitely recommend this book series. I mean, it's a very good book series. Go and read it. Go and read it. Read it. Read it. I will let you guys know how Awaken goes. I will do a follow-on so I can then review the whole trilogy with spoilers, because I haven't really put spoilers into this one, otherwise it probably would have been a heck of a lot longer than it is. But yeah, no, do go and read it, and it is based off of the Greek mythology, so be aware of that. I don't know whether that will change any of the way you feel about it or not. So, also, I got this wonderful like band thing, you probably won't be able to see it, I don't know. It's called a jawbone, and it tracks my sleep and my steps. I don't move much. I didn't realise that. And it buzzes me. It buzzes on me, like my wrist. It tells me when I've not been doing movement, and I'm just like, all right, calm down at my wrist. And then people look at me oddly, which, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was all right. Let me know in comments below if you have any questions about the first 2 books, because I haven't read the 3rd book. I haven't. No, I have not. So I haven't read that book, but do let me know if you've read it and what you think of it, and whether you had the same problem I had with the 1st book and the flashbacks. I do want to know about that. If not, go and read it. It's a good, quick, easy read, and you know, it's Meg Cabot. If you haven't read The Princess Diaries when you were younger, what happened? So feel free to subscribe, whatever the hell that is. I'm never gonna figure out where it is. Also follow me on my social media. I have the Twitzers, the Instagraminos, I have the Tumblrers, and I also have the Good Readerers. Yeah, I think I've got other stuff as well. I'm on the blogger program as well now. I joined up to that, so that is there as well. So I will leave, well, you'll find them all on my, if you go onto my channel and go into the about, it's all there. You'll find it, don't you worry. And if you can't, have fun finding it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you another time. Bye! The Butts Awaken.